hose is in the side yard, and you need to pick up the dog poops.
Susan!
Ay.
That's a letter for Mike. It's from an anonymous source, and I want you to deliver it.
Why? Why don't you do it yourself?
Because I want you to.
Kiss my butt, but I'll do it.
And then you need to ask Mike out.
Why?
Because he likes you.
Got it. Thanks for the tip, Max. I take back some of the things I said about you. Like 1 or 2 things.
Okay.
I said a lot of bad things.
I'll take that.
Julia, where's everybody?
It's just me, Miss Olivia. Good night.
Would you, like to have dinner?
No, thank you. I'm gonna go to my room. Let me know if you need anything.
Will do. Julia, I really need you to have dinner with me.
The little Jewish boy made sushi. Don't go in that room.
Is it haunted?
Mrs. Beth wants a little girl bedroom for the little girl. So many Barbies. So much dust.
Do I have to sleep in here with someone?
No, she's away at boarding school.
Look at her.
My grandson just turned trans.
Oh.
Robert's not trans, he's a drag queen, there's a difference.
Oh, thank you.
Any more questions? Come to me.
You know what? He's not our kind.
Ay, Mommy,
That's the problem.
please.
I think he gave Papi the stroke.
I'm praying for Dad every day.
Lighting a candle when you take a bath is no prayer.
See, look at his sweet smile.
It's creepy. It scared me. Who are those people?
¿Pero qué pasa aquí?
Ay, Dios mío, look at the pipis. Rodney's having a gay orgy. It's really no big deal.
Oh, Jesucristo.
I did it. I did it after I had Sophia.
Wish you had had it sealed up entirely before you had Rafi.
Mom, please. Feel better.
Mommy, please.
I get it.
I just have to make sure you know it's gonna be tighter. We have tried everything to stop it. My retarded daughter has feelings. Mentally challenged adults.
Yeah, but you have to allow for their behaviors.
Dee Dee placed this in a box on its way down the assembly line.
It's not sanitary. This will explain everything.
Fresh towels?
Come on in. I didn't just call you in here for fresh towels. Since I was 18, I've been to Vegas probably, 50 times. And of those 50 times, I want you to guess how many I've been absolutely blackout drunk for.
All of them.
Good job. You're good at this game. How did you know that?
Your rehab Manny who got drunk and ran over his daughter with a car.
You can't believe everything you read. But anyway, tomorrow, when you come in here, right, you're gonna walk over here, you're gonna count 27 bottles of unopened alcohol, you're gonna reach over here, you're gonna grab that $100 tip that I'm leaving for you, and you're gonna feel so good about being part of this stranger's journey.
Do you still want towels?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am here with the lovely, talented, gracious, and just all around beautiful person, Joanna Sanchez, a wonderful actress, writer, producer, director, everything in one nutshell. So just thank you for being here today.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes, an acting teacher as well. So we'll just get into it. You're a brilliant actress. How did the passion arrive in you to take this path in life?
That's a wonderful question. I was blessed with the most amazing mother. And my mom was an incredible actress. And her name was Anna Berger. And she did tons and tons of work, Broadway, off-Broadway, film, television. And I was actually one of the youngest actresses on Broadway because my sister and my mom and I were on Broadway together. And I always knew that this is what I wanted to do. As a matter of fact, when she was on tour, I was a little girl. I think I was like 6. and I called 411 and I said, I need the number of Paramount Pictures. And I called Paramount and I said, casting, please. And she was like, and I got head of casting at Paramount, and she called me in. And I said, but my mother's on tour right now. She's an actress. My sister's an actress, and my babysitter's an actress. And she's like, come on in. So I really, I always wanted to do this. And, I went to high school, of course. I went to college, and I studied a bunch of other stuff. And that was the thing. I am interested in other things too, but I bring it all to the work. I bring it to my acting, to my producing, to my teaching, to whatever, whatever I do. I feel the richer your life, the richer your work.
Bringing those layers into a character and into, the writing. Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's awesome. That's such a touching story. Hi, Paramount Pictures. But that's the attitude we have to have, right?
Yes.
I mean,
yes, I read this line in a book one time, and it said, the jails we put ourselves in. And I thought to myself, an actress said to me, can I ask for a chair? I'm like, whoever told you that you can't ask for a chair in an audition? Whoever told you that? Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like the jails we put ourselves in. And it's really true. You tell me I can't do it, and I'm gonna do it. This movie one of the last movies that I did, I read the script and I said, wow, I was an actress on it. And I saw that one of the lead roles my student would be perfect for. So I called the producers, and they're like, no, Joanna. And I call again, and they go, no, Joanna. And I go, but he would be perfect. They're like, no, Joanna. And I didn't stop until they saw him, until he got the role. So, and then the next week he got his own TV series, which is incredible. So I said, I told you this guy, you had to cast this guy. So I believe nobody gets there alone. We have to all, I love helping people get to their goals, and it brings me a lot of joy, and when somebody comes to me for coaching, I treat their audition like it's mine. There's no difference. I believe also the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Yes. Yeah. No, I remember I had an internship in psychology. That was my major in school. And I would drive down to Brooklyn with my teacher sitting next to me, and she's like, I can tell everything about you just by how you drive. So,
yes. It's like, what are you committed to? So it's really true.
Wow. And speaking with auditions, I'm always so curious to find out, was there a particular audition that you were like really biting your nails, like, oh, did I get it? I know I felt it. I know they're going to call me, or any audition that stands out like that? Or...
I did a bunch of self-tapes since I've been in New York, and I've been really proud of them, and I try now to release it. Do you know what I mean? To do it and release it. But I remember for X-Files, it was kind of funny. It was down to 2 girls. This was so long ago. It was down to me and another girl. And the first girl went in, and they kept her in there 45 minutes. Wow. And I'm thinking, what is this about? The producers were in there, and I said, I'm not going to get nervous. I'm just going to let it go. And then I went in there, and the casting director said to the producers, wait till you see this girl. She's amazing. And I thought, oh, it's like you're getting an introduction like that. This was years ago too, so I wasn't this person. And I did it. I nailed it. And they said, great. And I left. I was in there for less than 5 minutes. And I thought to myself, 45 minutes, 5 minutes, less, and I put it to the universe, and they call, and it's really interesting. There's no rules in this business. You get a role for the same reason you don't get a role. She's too fat, we don't want her. She's too fat, we want her. I remember the producers called me up. I had gotten this movie, and they called me and they go, just to let you know, you were just pretty enough. Any prettier, you wouldn't have gotten this. I said, oh, okay, thank you.
Wow. Oh my God.
I know. And I'm like, okay, you know. And then I didn't get a role one time because they said we wanted to go with a girl who looked like she couldn't get a man. So we didn't cast you. I'm like, okay, thank you, bye. It's crazy. There are no rules in business. So you've got to control the variables you can control. And what is that? Doing the best job you can do.
Right. No, that's awesome. Yeah, you never, I hear all the time, sometimes they don't even know what they're looking for, you know?
They don't. It's up to us to show them what they want. I thank the casting director. She cast me 5 times in a row. And I thanked her when I first got to California. I said, oh my God, thank you. And she said, you make my job easy. Thank you. So I thought about that, So you want to show up, you want to be a joy to work with. That's really important. Now that I'm producing, I'm real excited. I'm producing a film here in New York.
Yes.
And it's a big deal. And I'm super excited about it. But, it's also interesting because, you want to be around people that you cast. You want to be able to be around them for 18 hours a day.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like instant roommates,
Instant.
Yes.
Instant.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about the project? Is it too early to reveal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great.
New Jack City was a film that was released years ago with Wesley Snipes and a bunch of other people. It launched a lot of careers. And now we're filming the New Jack era, which is the true story of New Jack City. And it's pretty fascinating because it's about gangster to God. How this guy G Money, who the story's about, went from being one of the top New York drug lord gangsters to finding God and really transforming his life. Because I want to do inspirational movies. We don't need another gangster drug movie. So this is a very inspirational film with wonderful people. We've got a great soundtrack. We're in pre-production right now, so it's I'm producer on a $30 million movie. It's pretty cool. So
Bravo!
I'm
awesome.
super excited about it. Yeah, and this is something that just happened. So yeah, and it was very cool because I was in LA where I live, and people were telling me, you have to meet this guy G Money. I'm going to New York. I'm meeting G Money. They're doing New Jack City, the true story. And I'm like, oh, okay. And this kept coming to me in LA, like maybe 3-4 times. And then I go to New York, and then one of my producing partner calls me and says, take this number down. And I'm like, oh my God, is it going to be G Money? And Randy says, it's G Money. And then my mouth dropped. And then I called him and we became inseparable, like we're producing this movie together. So
wow,
it's really cool. But I had heard his name and heard his name and heard his name and, synchronicity.
Right, so. Right. The universe kept bringing him and you together. Yeah.
So a film, we have a TV series, and we have an animated project.
Wow, all revolving around this story.
The true story of what happened. And I've always I did do a movie a few years ago in New York as an actress, but I always, and it was a wonderful project called Bad Hurt with Karen Allen. I love working in New York, and one of my dreams is to really do a New York film as producer, as, actress, as everything, So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And will you be acting in it as well?
Yeah.
That's so fabulous.
Yeah. So it's very cool. I love working in LA, don't get me wrong. I love working in Los Angeles, and I love having two places that I go. But my heart, I'm from New York. I'm a New Yorker.
Right. You were in New York when you called Paramount, so that's where it's all began.
But it's kind of funny. It's cute when you're a kid. You get older and you're like, hello, casting, who are you? I got away with a lot when I was a cute, chubby kid, I'll tell you. But,
Wow, that's amazing. It's so inspiring speaking with you. What do you say to actors that, look at you and say like, wow, you have over 60 credits on IMDb. How did you do it? What's that like little nugget of inspiration that you could give them, when they're,
I have a wonderful story I'd like to tell. I feel like one of the keys is to not worry about the how. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. I used to have these really big classes in Los Angeles, and I had this guy named Peter who was living out of his car. And I coached him for the Shield back then, and he got it. And then he came up to me in class and he said, I want to be a lawyer in our next class. And I said, okay, Peter, you can come in doing the profession work. I'll interview you as a lawyer. Well, he was about as much as a lawyer as my cell phone, right? But he did the work. He went to Goodwill and he got a suit 5 sizes too big for him. And he showed up, and he was the only one in my class that didn't worry about the how. Everybody else was worried about, well, I'm in class. When am I going to, how is the casting director going to see me? How is it going to happen, Joanna? What's going to happen? I go, don't worry about the how. Be in the present, do the work. And Peter was the only one that didn't worry about the how. He was 100% committed to the work. My teacher always said, your love affair shouldn't be with the work. It should be with the work in you.
Oh.
And that's a beautiful nugget. The love affair should be with becoming as strong an actor as you can be. Our job is to tell the story truthfully, right? So Peter came in. Now, at that day, I was working on producing a Broadway show in New York. This was in LA. And my producing partner came, she was one of the producers on Drowsy Chaperone and Avenue Q. And she knew me as an actress and knew me as a teacher. She says, I want to watch your class. She comes to class and she's watching Peter. At the end of the class, she says, have Peter come to lunch with us. I said, Peter, Vicky wants you to come to lunch with us. We go to lunch. Vicky goes, Peter, what do you need? And I said, what do you mean? She goes, I need to know what Peter needs. And she takes out her checkbook. And Peter says to me, I didn't tell you, but I tried to join SAG and I didn't have the money for SAG. So I couldn't do the movie that Spike Lee wanted to cast me in because I couldn't join SAG. So Vicky goes, all right, let me write a check to SAG for you. Peter, what else do you need?
Wow.
So he was the only one that didn't worry about the how. And Peter said to me, promise me you'll never tell that story. I said, I promise you I'll always tell that story. Because I love that story, Was also, the other key, there's 2 little stories I want to tell. I was sitting at lunch with a dear friend of mine, and I said to Eva, I said, I feel like something amazing is going to happen in my career soon. And she said, that's your problem. I go, what's my problem? She goes, you're saying soon. And I said, oh, okay, you're right. I know better. Something's happening now. No exaggeration. In 5 minutes, my phone rang. And it was Azim, my agent, and he said, they are giving you an offer for a guest star recurring role on a TV series called The League. And it turned out to be one of my favorite jobs ever, and I got this beautiful letter from the producers, we've offered Sarah Silverman and this one and that one. Now we'd love to have you. And I loved this job, and then one other, I'm walking with a friend of mine and I say, I really would love to do a job out of LA. Phone rings, 7 episodes in New Mexico opposite Nick Nolte on a wonderful series called Graves. So I went and did that. And that was another one of my favorite jobs. And they were developing my character and we get canceled, but that's okay. Not really okay. But I did the 2nd season and it was a real joy.
Yeah. So sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
Trust is a big thing. Trust is a big thing. Trust.
Yeah. It's the moment. It's learning, beating on your craft and finding the joy in it, not just
Yeah. I
external.
like to say art because craft comes from a box.
Oh,
Say art. We're working on our art
I-
because I believe the character can't exist without you. So you've got to bring yourself 100% to the work. That's why I say the richer your life, the richer your work.
yeah.
Right? Even when you're experiencing a deep pain, like I lost my dear friend this week, you know,
So
and I think of a moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you bring it all to the work,
Right.
you know?
Right, right. Wow. Would you like to talk about the league a little bit? Maybe why that was one of your favorite experiences, one of your
Oh,
favorite.
sure, sure.
Yes.
I asked my agent where's the script, and he said it was mostly improv. I said, "Oh,
Ooh.
okay." And they told me the situation, and then I get 2 lines from the producers, and it said that I had to say those 2 lines, but everything else I had freedom with. So I was in a scene with the wonderful Nadine Velasquez, who later became my student. She was like, "I want to know everything you know about acting." She didn't know that I coached. It was really quite an honor. Anyway, so I adored her. I still adore her. And the director came over and said, Nadine will start the scene. I said, okay. And the camera starts on us and she's quiet. So I start the scene because it was just quiet.
Right.
And then the
right.
director came running over. He goes, listen, you start every scene. You start every scene. So we worked so well together, and I got to do improv, which is so valuable for an actor. I really teach that a lot in classes. I do. Because a lot of times, you know, when you go on an audition, they'll keep the camera on you, at least the old days when we would go in person. But even
Right.
when you do self-tapes, I always put a button at the end. You know, if it ends with the other person, you know, you want to do the lot, you know, so you have the last line. And improv is so important, and I got to really show that off with such a beautiful freedom that the producers gave me, and such a respect, and you know, I loved it. You know,
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
and on
Yeah.
Graves too. I had time with Kathy Najimy. We had some interactions, and I got to do improv with her, which was super fun.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, no, it's never underscored enough the freedom of improv, and that, you know, it just shows that you know who this character is, that you are that character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The quickest way to connect to a role, I feel, is to say, this is happening to me. For me, that's the quickest way.
Genius.
This is happening to
Genius.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Kind of just put, the whole method like into a capsule right there. You could just take it as a pill and swallow it down. It's happening to me. Yeah. Oh, that's so great.
So that's pretty valuable.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd like to talk about too also your project Magic Max. I saw that trailer. I thought that was great. You did an awesome job too with your character. Would you like to talk about that project, how that came up?
I would love to. That was a real honor.
Mike!
What? What's this?
It's a letter from an anonymous source.
Anonymous for me?
Open it now!
Yeah. Dear Mike, anyone deserves to launch his own repair shop, it's you. Here's a cashier's check for $20,000 to get you started. A friend, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh!
I'm so happy
Oh
for you!
my gosh!
Yes, I'll go to dinner with you tonight to celebrate.
Really?
Yes!
Thank you, everyone, for being here today. We wish Magic Motors every success.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you prepared to be mystified? And so, and without further ado, send in the clowns!
And I
Oh, wow.
walked in and they said, listen, we know your work. Here's the role. And so it was an offer.
Okay.
And that was really great. And I've had a few offers, which has been really amazing, like the league and a lot of the jobs I've done lately have been offers, which has been really exciting. So that was incredible. Now I had to ride a motorcycle in the movie and do a lot of action stuff. And 2 days later, I break my knee.
Oh no.
So the producers were so wonderful that they worked around me, and you never knew in the movie. I was very, very, very lucky.
Wow.
Very
Oh my
lucky.
goodness.
Yeah, yeah. But every job that I do, I find the joy in. I did AJ and the Queen for Netflix recently. I think it's still on there. And that was loads of fun. I had a really good time with RuPaul. That was super fun. And, but Magic Max, the role wasn't originally Latina, and I brought the whole energy to it, and I was able to do what I did. And, they dressed me to fit that. And, and we did a Q&A because it opened in theaters, and we had to do the Zoom Q&A.
Okay.
Everybody was interested in my relationship. Like, what's going to happen with your boyfriend? What's happening with Susan and Mike? And that's a really good sign, and they're developing a TV series on it now. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, congratulations.
So yeah. So I had with that movie. I was very grateful for that role. Everybody was wonderful. The casting director, the producers, the director, everybody associated with that movie. It was a joy.
That's so awesome. Yeah, and that's so nice how they worked around your injury, like other people that could have been like, oh my goodness, we have to recast or, but yeah, no, that's so great.
Yeah, they were fantastic.
Yeah. See, just goes to show when you bring the talent and the joy like you do, it's, like we were saying, instant family, instant roommates.
Instant family,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And it's all a learning, you want to keep learning, Yeah.
That's so important too, I feel. Like you never want to rest on your laurels or plateau. Like even if you are a seasoned actor, go do something or, in this quarantine time, go write something that you want to be in,
Right. I have to work on my Spanish, for instance. I'm not perfect in Spanish, and I've been doing that. And whatever you can do. I've been doing my spiritual work. You want to make time. You don't want this time just to go.
Yeah.
That's what my students. I've been doing Zoom classes, which have been great. And Zoom coaching, and that's been really, really good. And everybody's growing. And right before COVID, in 2 weeks, 3 of my people got series regulars that I coached. It's huge. And then COVID hit, but it's exciting, And one of the reasons I want to produce is, I want to tell wonderful stories, but I also want to help a lot of people. And when I'm in that position, I can do it.
That's awesome. You've also directed as well, right?
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about that experience? Yeah.
I actually want to do it more. I enjoyed it. I want to do it. I've never directed a film. I directed a pilot for a TV series.
Okay.
That I did. But mostly stage stuff. But I want to eventually direct a movie, and I want to shadow a wonderful director, which is, to follow him around and really learn everything that I feel ready to direct tomorrow is really the truth. But what I know I need help with is like the camera angles and the blocking and the, that stuff. So, that's what I mean. We have stuff to learn.
Yeah, no, perfect. Yeah, and I mean, to try to find any silver lining in this downtime, I believe it's that kind of take that moment of introspection and say, okay, how can I better my situation? How can I have a little fun? We've always been so on the go, save our life a little bit,
That's right. That's right. I'm loving being in New York with my dad and my sister. And I played Scrabble with Susan yesterday, my sister. And when would I have the time to do that? She beat me, which is, but by like 4 points. But it was a close game. I got to watch, Ma Rainey with my father, and we knew Chad. And the hard thing. But what an incredible actor, and everybody
my goodness,
did
I got the chills.
so well in that movie, and yeah, so I'm doing things that I wouldn't have the time to really do, or to yeah, I got to figure out when I'm going back to LA, but that's another story.
It sounds like you're not going anytime soon.
I'm having too good a time here.
Yeah, no, that's that movie. If you just want to touch on it a little bit, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that was just what floored me, aside from how just phenomenal of an actor Chadwick Boseman is just, that's really a minimal location movie. I think like when people see like, oh, we want a minimal location movie, they're thinking of this like, like really kind of dark and flimsy like production. But really what I took away from that movie a lot was the actual, the execution of a limited location film. Like,
It was a play. I think Denzel did it on Broadway. I'm not sure. My friend
okay.
And it was kind of filmed like a play. But let me say something about Chad, if I may.
Please.
It goes back to the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. He was actually a director first, before he was an actor. And we had spent an Easter together with my parents and my agent. We had the same agent. So my parents and my agent. And we spent Easter together. And the way he treated my parents was just stellar. My mother had a hard time walking, and he said no to my father. I'm going to take her to the bathroom. I mean, just such a loving, beautiful human being. And it shows in all his work, and he really left a mark. He left a huge mark. Yeah.
Wow.
We adored him. Yeah. It was a big loss to the agency and my beautiful agent, Michael Green, and who really, really, was very instrumental in launching his career. I was so proud because Azim Sheba, my other agent, and Michael Green got announced on the Golden Globes, from Simone, Chad's wife. And, it was really exciting.
Wow. Yeah, no, it is. It's such a huge loss. Like, yeah, just his passion. And the effortlessness. I feel that he had, like, in each role, it was just like, boom, there. Just, yeah. Yeah, such a light inside.
Light.
Yeah.
But he did a lot of great work here, when he was here.
Yeah. Purpose fulfilled, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. Wow. Yeah. God bless him. God bless his family. Yeah. And you're a part of his family as well.
We're all connected.
Yes.
Yeah, we're all connected. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
Yeah.
Wow. I look forward to your directing, your film directing debut. Yeah.
And producing. I'm excited about this project, and I have other stuff I'm working on, but this is the main thing that's taking my time up now, producing wise here.
Yeah.
To get it done. Yeah. So.
Wow. No, that's great. And I can only imagine like how much your acting informs your choices as a producer. That's got to be a really great asset to have in that capacity,
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, when I produced a couple movies in Houston, and, I became the coach on the set. I saw what was. I can tell that's one of the things that I'm gifted with. I can look at an actor and I can know what's not working, and I fix it, and then they go on to book. you know. So it's a gift, and I feel very grateful that I do have that, you know. Or I don't know how, you know, there, like a scene might not be working in a film, you know. I did a movie with Percy Adlon, who was a wonderful director. He directed Baghdad Cafe, and we did this film together, and he was really frustrated at one point because the scene wasn't working. And he was just like, I can't make the scene work. And I knew how to make it work. And it was like, I said, oh, do I say I know how to make it work? What's going to happen? And I said, Percy, can you come here a minute? And he came over, and I told him what to do. And it worked. And he ran around screaming, Joanna did this. I'm so grateful. Joanna did this. So that was such a beautiful thing. You know, I just instinctively knew what to do, you know?
Yeah.
So I look forward to, I had one little boy in one of my classes years ago, and he said, Miss Joanna, what do I do? You give me a scene or a monologue, and I see everything in pictures. I said, you're a future director. That's what's going to happen. We're going to be auditioning for you. You better give us the jobs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I just think you're fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, no, pleasure is all mine. And I'm so excited that you're part of the festival this year. I just can't thank you enough. Yes.
I'm excited. And let me give you my Instagram if anybody wants to reach out.
Yes, please. Yes. And also too, if you're open to acting students coming to you as well, is that the best place to reach you?
You can reach me on there, Joanna Sanchez, actress. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that would be great. And yeah, I look forward. Also, Joanna Sanchez at USA.net. Okay.
Fantastic. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Also, if producers are looking for somebody as brilliant as you, they could reach you on there as well. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Ah, fantastic.
It's a pleasure. You're amazing.
You're amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time today. It's been a joy speaking with you and learning from you. And yes, as we were saying before, everything is a miracle, right? Yeah.
Everything is. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Talk to you soon.
Yeah.